Hey everyone, it's Laura here from makingcardsisfun.com, and it's time for another Saturday Stamp Day carding video. Today I'm going to start out with a piece of white Nina cardstock that measures 4 inch by 5 1/4. I'm going to be using some washi tape to mask off stripes. You could use masking tape but also post-it tape. Since I don't really use this washi tape, I decided to use it as a masking tape instead. So I'm just going to adhere these little strips of washi tape. You could also use a striped stamp to create colorful stripes, but I'm just going to use washi tape and an ink blending tool. So now I'm going to blend in some of the Squeezed Lemonade Distress Ink color. I just really love this color. It is so bright and it really reminds me of a glass of lemonade, so you know, the name of the color is just perfect. So I'm going to blend that in using a mini ink blending tool. So just like that. Okay, so and then I finished blending that color in, and now I'm going to remove those little strips of washi tape, and I remove them very carefully just so I don't tear any of the paper. Now I'm going to be using the new die from Pretty Pink Posh. This one is called the Peekaboo die, and there are just so many possibilities with this die cut set. Today I'm going to be using it with a cute monster image. So I'm just going to temporarily adhere that die onto my paper, and then I'm going to run it through my Big Shot machine. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to create little snips so I can open up that little frame to create a really, you know, like a peekaboo frame. You could also use an X-Acto knife to open these little windows, but I'm just using my scissors today. Now I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to trace the shape of that die just so I know where I need to stamp my image. Going to stamp this adorable monster from the Monster Party stamp set from Create a Smile Stamps. Going to stamp it using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then I'm using those little pencil marks as a guide to stamp this little body. There we go, just like that. And then I'm going to stamp those little flowers on this monster. There are many little images that you can use with these monsters. So I just stamped that monster again on some masking paper using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and now I'm going to cut out that monster using my EK Success Color B scissors. So I just cut that out and I removed the backer sheet, and now I covered up the monster with that mask. Now I can bring in some color using dried marigold distress ink. Going to blend in that color using a mini ink blending tool, and first I'm kind of dabbing my ink blending tool onto my craft sheet because I don't want like these little, because otherwise you will get like the circle shape on your paper if you didn't like dab it onto a craft sheet or on a piece of scrap paper. So now I just applied some gold Heidi Swap color shine onto an acrylic block, and I'm using a paintbrush to create these splatters. It's just a way of a controlled splatter technique. So I'm just kind of pulling off that little mask using my tweezers, and now I'm going to do some Copic coloring. First I'm adding a base of RV000, and now I'm going around that image with RV02. So I'm just going around the image to create a shadow effect. Now I'm going to pull in that color from the side onto the center using my lightest color. And now I'm going in with the darkest color around the edges. Then I'm going back in with the medium color to pull that darkest color into the center of my image. And then finally I'm just blending everything together with my lightest color. Just an easy way of Copic coloring. So now I'm going to create yellow dots. First I'm using Y13 as a base, and then I'm going in with the darkest color, which is Y19. There we go. So afterwards, I just stamped a sentiment from the same Monster Party stamp set, and this one says, "Hope your birthday was monstrous." Just really like that sentiment because it matches the monster perfectly. So I adhered some foam squares onto that piece of cardstock, and now I'm going to adhere it onto a standard size card that I cut out of some Nina white cardstock. There we go. And then finally I am finishing off my card with some pretty pink posh sequins. The big flower is from the Springtime Mix sequin pack, and then I'm also using some sparkling clear sequins and a 4mm aquamarine and pink peony sequin. And then I'm also using the 4mm Steely Eyes on this monster, and I'm adhering those using glossy accents and my tweezers. And that finishes up the card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back next week. Bye bye!